tell y'all, Sammy is the GOAT, okay? She is the GOAT. I got the docs. I wish I could change my my title. Is there a way to change the title or no? I love it. We'll go over them. I'll give you guys an update on Jamal once everyone comes in, because I don't like doing it a bunch of times. I was waiting for you to show up live. Yeah, we are. I didn't know about them. Should I turn this off, rename it, and then come right back, or just leave it? Or if you guys just want to share it out and say this is what I'll do. Hold on. I'm gonna do it on the I'm just gonna put a thought in my thought box. Oh, I sound so nasty talking about my thought box. Okay. Nope, not do that. Hold on. Wait, how do I do it again? Wait, how do I do this? Oh, no, that's not how I do it. How the hell do I do a thought box? Oh, right here. Oh my God, I don't know how to do it. Oh, thoughts, here we are. Y'all, I'm a mess. Okay. Also, if you guys are not following me, if you guys could drop me a quick follow, because, honey, we are like 4 people away from hitting 98,000. So we'll see here till we hit the 98K. Then we'll get started. I think we're like 4 or 5 people away from hitting 98,000. Ah, we just hit it! 98,000, y'all. I love y'all so much. 2K away from having a big old party. We're going to have a big old party. Make sure you guys have your permission slips signed. We got the 98,000, the 1 million likes. Listen. We're growing, y'all. Yep, I got the court docs. I'm going to give everybody some time to come in. I just announced it on in my thought box, because I thought we were going to do that. Listen, we'll do it. Thank you, love. While we're doing that, I will give you guys a quick update. That's funny. Thank you, love. I didn't think about that. I'm 2K away. Magic numbers. 2K is a good number. Brandy, hello, love. Hello, Donna, hello. Okay, so quick update on Jamal. Taylor, perfect timing. I don't like to go over it a bunch of times. I talked to him for a good bit today. He's still really struggling, you know. Pain is, hold on. He's really struggling with just pain. The vision is really, really bad. Imagine, imagine seeing 3 or 4 of absolutely everything, right? And so that makes the pain even worse. And then they got some other bad news today. And so it's just been a rough day. I tell you though, you guys are keeping them going. Every day I report back to them and let them know like what I got in gifts, the V and the C, whatever it is, I let them know. And they're just so thankful. They are absolutely so thankful and appreciative to you guys. Had a CT scan on my cancer day. Fingers crossed. Absolutely, Donna, for sure, keeping you in your prayers. So yeah, just continue to keep praying for him. You know, I guess the biggest thing now is just his vision. Oh, also his white blood cell count was elevated, but thank goodness my daughter's a nurse and she explained it that was probably, you know, all that fluid in there. Yep, we're gonna go over them in just a minute. That could just be the infection. We don't know. So anyways, he's already on antibiotics, so he's good to go. But I so appreciate all of you guys. Have been so absolutely wonderful. Stock Gang 2K's crew has been a blessing, and I already have enough to cover all of his April bills. He doesn't have to worry about anything for April, which is such a huge blessing. Bitch, I still have a headache from last night's live. Okay, I have the docs. We're gonna go over them, but let me tell you guys, because I did get some conflicting messages on last night's live. Okay, So, not that I have to explain myself, right, because it's my page. But I'm going to. Just because I think it's fair for everyone, especially people who follow me for a long time. Some people are like, I'm really disappointed in you. I didn't take you for the kind to get into messy drama. I didn't put myself into messy drama. But if there's ever a situation, ever, that I may be able to help somebody, I'm going to do it, especially if they come to me and ask for help. Now, in this situation, she actually really didn't want any help. And as soon as I saw that that conversation was going nowhere, I cut it, right? I know, right? Bri is messy drama, right? Like, I was confused on that statement. But, and I get that this is messy in a different kind of way. But as soon as they were all yelling and it was going nowhere, I cut it. Now, ask yourself, how many other people on this app that had 6,000 people in their room would drop it all? People aren't doing that. The clicks, the views, the money, it's not about that for me. I wasn't able to, nobody was listening at that point, right? I stopped it, dropped it, and boom, it went from almost 7,000 people down to 2,000. I don't care about that, right? To me, it is about trying to help somebody. They don't want to listen. Yeah, and listen, you guys, we came on to review Lawyer's interview with her. All of that happened. Thank you, Nunu. You guys, all of that happened the day Jamal had his surgery. So I was out. So people are obviously asking me, and I don't like to just give uneducated opinions. I want to know. So we were watching it, right? I had no idea that everyone was going to come over to my page. I can't control that. But if they do and they want the help, I'm going to give it to them. So I did want to address that. And if people choose not to follow me because of that, everybody has the right to do that, you know? Listen, Jen, she's going to continue. Literally, as soon as I got off, I downloaded it because I knew everybody was going to want to watch it. I was up. No, thank you, love. I was up to like 2:30 in the morning, waiting for that to download, get it up on YT. And as soon as, no, you reached level 31, love. As soon as I got out of the area, whatever, it was like 15 minutes, I already got messages that she was over in Issa's live. She's not ready to make a change. She's not ready to do any type of changes, nothing. She's just not ready. She's 49, but she's acting like she's 9, okay? And has her first crush. Hey, Big T.
You know, I pride myself on keeping it $150 every single time. That's what I do. Mm-hmm. I tell you what, on my daddy grave, I would tell you if you was being messy last night, what have you, I would say, ooh, Angie was a little bit on that messy. You was not messy at all. So I don't know who was saying that, but clearly they don't know the definition of what messy is. And furthermore, you cannot be held accountable for how other people choose that they want to move and act. So if other people want to be talking outside their neck, if other people want to be popping off, if other people want to be, going off and defending themselves or what have you, whatever it is. Hey, y'all. Hey, everybody in the chat. What's up, y'all? I mean, that's on, that ain't got nothing to do with you. I watched Lawyers first. And I was in a rabbit hole of it. And then yours popped up. I ain't even know. I tell you what, I would have cussed her out so bad with that stanky attitude that she got at her big grown age.
Yes.
Talking about she gonna beat, like, girl. She was talking about how she would do this to Larissa and stuff. Yeah, like, girl, Issa, you are grown as hell.
And Issa would manhandle her. She would model up that bitch.
Manhandle.
Listen, that's a tree you don't want to climb, lady.
Okay, but listen, I box and I wouldn't even want to tussle with Issa. Okay, like I'm good. My knees crack a little bit when I do the Megan dance. Okay, right?
Yeah. I'm leaving Issa. And listen, Issa was the youngest one up there last night, and she handled herself the best out of.
She did. You could tell she's really growing. Like, I think people need to understand, like, she is younger. Like, her frontal, man, when I was their age, bro, I was a hot mess. And I had a whole child. And, I mean, I wasn't out here, like, I still had a lot of, like, once I had my son, I calmed down a lot, but I was never afraid to cut into somebody and, you know, pop off and defend myself and things of that nature. And you can really tell she's really trying to grow and glow and do her big one and focus in on what's important. And I give her applause for that, you know, because that's not always easy to do.
You guys, if you guys asking, the whole live, it's up on YT, which there's a link in my bio. It's the same name as here. I do have a comment in there because like the first like 20 something minutes, we're just kind of chatting. We're trying to decide which live to watch. The action starts, I think it's like 26 or 27 minutes in. So just fast forward it through, and it is commented on the time. Watch it. It was, listen, I have been a social for 30 years. I've had a lot of crazy and in-depth conversations with people. I don't think ever in my life I've had a conversation with a 49-year-old woman that has been in this type of drama that is willing to take absolutely zero accountability. Usually, sometimes like in the beginning, they're not taking account. Oh, it wasn't me, it was this fault. But usually after you're kind of talking to them, you know, you're trying to talk some sense to them, eventually they'll kind of pick up what you're putting down. No, not her. She was not picking up shit.
She was picking that shit up and throwing it right back.
Yeah,
that's what she was throwing that shit. And then this is the part I wanted to say this to you so bad. And I was like, I was going to DM you. I was like, I'll just wait till she go live and just see if I could tap in with her. Remember we was keeking about how the phone thing, right? And we was saying how wrong it is that, and we was having a whole conversation about that, right? How he would get the phone cut off on him because she was mad, she couldn't control what have you. You know what I thought was ever so ironic? When she gonna say how if you don't drop that Hannah girl, that she, and I said, oh, Miss Smith thinks she gonna control Angie. I'm gonna get off the pen. Girl, who are you?
Yeah, she kept telling me, if you bring her up, I'm gonna get down. You are not doing me no favors. Bye. You are doing me no favors. I don't know if she thought like she was Kim Kardashian and coming up and doing whatever. I have no idea.
It was so wild. And then she's like,
crazy.
She's like, because y'all was ganging up. And she's like, she basically said without saying it, like, if you're not going to bring up people that are going to be on my side and defend me, then I don't. That's pretty much what she said in essence. And it's just.
And the only, just to clarify too, the absolute only reason why I did end up dropping Hannah is because every time I would speak, Ireland would go off the handle. She thought I was Hannah. And also, I wanted Hannah to have a moment where it was like, just so like, I want her to be able to explain, like really be able to explain herself without the chihuahua yapping over her. Because Hannah was up the night before, you guys. A lot of you guys were in here last night were new. Hannah was up the night before already dropping that information. That wasn't new. She didn't dig that up and find that out. She was telling us the night before. And I was like, okay, we'll come up. And then I can't remember. She came up for a minute and then her phone dropped, something like that. I can't remember. Anyway, so she was planning on coming up last night and then all of this happened. So that wasn't new. That wasn't, like I said, like we already knew that ahead of time. And that's why, and I kept trying to help the girl. I'm like, quit bringing this stuff up. You're doxing yourself.
I said it in my video I made today. I was like, Angie was like, because I was going to be real compassionate and everything in the video I made today. And then I switched my tune around when I saw how she was trying to come for you when you was literally trying to help her save face. And that's why I was like, okay, girl, now you finna get red because I already had a taste in my mouth about you. And now you up here, like you was trying to look out for her. And and then she's like, oh, I can't remember who it was. I don't know if it was on Lawyers or yours. I can't remember. There was so many clips, but she's talking about how, and you're doxing me? The Hannah girl. She did. She's like, Hannah did it, read her full name. Oh, I'm going to screenshot that. Like, she really thought she was like, girl.
Yeah, just because she said Aaron. Yeah. Your name is, your circle is an E. It's really out there, you're Aaron. And first of all, just stating your first name is not doxing. And when she asked me, she's like, isn't that doxing? She said my name. No, you think you're the only Aaron in the world? Doxing is what happened to me when absolutely everything got put out there. Address, birthday, social, my deceased parents, like my employment. That's doxing.
Yes.
Just saying your first name is not doxing. Like, that's craziness. So
I be telling people all the time, listen, you gonna dox me, baby. I live in the hood, okay? The real hood. Y'all ain't gonna do nothing, okay? Not a damn thing. Y'all go pull up. The police don't come over here. So please be ever so cautious, beloved. This ain't Lancaster, love. But
yeah,
no, I had to tap in because I was stuck in a wormhole this morning of yours. I was shook.
A lot of fun.
I could not believe.
If you guys have not watched it, it is a must watch. Even Lawyer, listen, Lawyer was dropping bombs, okay?
I've never seen him he's always so like stoic, and you know what I mean? And I think that's the craziest part, because it's like, this is what I always tell people, is some people that like, once you really see their true nature and character, right? It becomes triggering, because when you have a conscience and you genuinely care about what's right and wrong, and I mean, you're a social worker, you know what I mean? You have that background.
Right.
So that's clearly something, moral character is important to you, right? Same with Lawyer, I'm assuming as well. He's a freaking lawyer, for Christ's sake. That's big on right and wrong. Like,
did she think that his first name was Lawyer?
I don't know I don't think she had a thought in that brain, love.
When she said that he wasn't, well, you're not a lawyer, so you wouldn't know. I was like, who the fuck is she talking to? Yeah. Did she like think his first name's Lawyer and last name's Investor? No, but he's a lawyer. Like, what?
And then she goes say that y'all don't have the thinking skills as her, because she's an engineer or whatever. Like, girl.
Dude, I was cracking up. I love that my show is on. My show's on. Angie's on. I love you guys. So funny. I was that one literally about took me out. But when Lawyer kept saying, "So do you feel bad for your husband?" Yeah. What about your husband? Like, do you care? Like, because you're talking about how all of this other stuff. What about your husband? You guys, it is up on my YT.
Y'all gotta watch it. I don't have the attention span sometimes to watch long clips. I'm gonna tell y'all, I was stuck because I was and I think I was really, really triggered because when my daddy passed away from brain cancer, side note, this was 11 years ago, right? And my mother and I, we still grieve. And my mother, my lovely mother, my amazing mother she has never gone on a date since my daddy passed. And I'm not saying this is like what should be. I'm not saying this is norm for widows, nothing of that nature, right? For my mom, though, she's tried. She's gone on a couple dating sites. I've supported anything that she wants to do. Whatever makes you happy makes me happy. I support you, Ma. You know, that's my girl. I ride for my mama. And she always says the same thing. And she was beside my daddy the whole time he was sick, the whole 5 years. Same with me, ulcer, everything. Yeah. And she always says, I can never date another man because even when I tried, don't no man amount to my husband. I had the most handsome husband in the whole entire world. Nobody holds a candle to him. And she has never gone on a date. And it's like sad or whatever, you know, but I would rather her just live in her comfort and her truth rather than force herself to do something she don't feel. And I think that's, to me, what's really it's just disturbing, because not only do you have a husband, you have a husband that's battling a disease. And it's like, girl, oh my God.
Yeah, it was a mess. Listen, if y'all have not seen it,
y'all have to watch it.
Yeah, it's almost like I was being punked in a way. Like, it's unbelievable. You guys, I am doing the new court docs, okay? Calm down. I got it. I'm doing the new court docs. But the more you guys say, do them now, I'm gonna.
My bad, y'all. I couldn't contain myself, girl.
You are good. Listen, one thing I can't. I know I always tell you guys is your channel, but when you guys start coming in and do them now. We want the court docs, do it now. We're gonna wait. Okay, please don't do that. I said I'm gonna do it. I don't like to do it until everyone's in here, because then I have to people are gonna come in and redo it. Okay, so give me a few minutes. We're gonna finish up, especially when someone's telling an amazing story like that. Let's be respectful.
Thank you. I had to, because I literally, when I think I saw you mention in a video earlier today that you were going to go live tonight. And I was like, oh shoot, I'm tapping in with Angie, because I got a key about, I have no one else to talk to about this. What in the hell?
Like, it was, listen, it was crazy. Last night was crazy.
And then the crying.
Oh, you know what I was thinking about that too. Right when she came on, she was crying. Now, when I watched the other videos of I got a clip sent of Machone and then Wobbler. She wasn't crying. She did that act because I was a woman. She thought that crying was going to work. No. Yeah. I don't play that game. So
and you could tell too when somebody's faking that shit. I don't care what nobody says. You could tell because it turns off so quick.
Yeah, she turned that off
quick as hell, and then she tried to turn it back on, and then you could hear it. Oh God.
Yeah, it was. Listen, last night's live was a mess, and I would have stayed on there for hours if I thought for a second that she was going to get any information. But the fact that she was not picking up absolutely anything, I'm not wasting my time.
Yeah.
It was going in a negative direction, which is why I ended it.
Yeah.
Right there. And I did get messages too, besides the negative ones. I did get messages too that said, "Wow, we have a lot of respect for you that you, with almost 7,000 people in your room, that you dropped it like that. That shows you're a real one." But whatever. So I do appreciate that.
There's so many people that would have drugged that out and kept going and let it get messier and messier and messier. And it's like, what's the point? Like, it's not gonna. Nothing conducive is going to come from this, clearly. And
besides money, numbers, you see what I'm saying? Followers, numbers, all of that comes with that. But again, this isn't about that for me. If I could have helped somebody, that's what I want to do. And that's more important to me than any amount of numbers, clicks, views, whatever. She just wasn't interested.
No, that was, oh my God,
yes,
girl.
We're doing the court docs next.
Yeah, you're probably one of the first people up on, other than, the other creators that I follow and everything like that. But that was, I could not click off. I was stuck.
I've got that message so much. They're like, "Oh my God, I stayed up so late. It was a struggle for work today." They're like, usually like, I come in, I say my niceties, whatever. I'll kind of go out and come back in. I was glued. I was like, it was a lot.
She needs to log off instantly. Yeah. And then she said that she's still going to give, girl. The only people she gift is young men on TikTok. That's all. So.
Well, and then remember I told her, I said, "Okay, listen, this is what you need to do. You need to stay off TikTok. You need to disable your account. You need to stay off social media." And then, like I said, within 15 minutes, she was live with Issa last night. So she just went right over there.
That's crazy. What the hell? Oh my God.
Yeah. She's not learning. She's not. Oh, I can't pin that. She's not learning. Anyways, it's a mess, so
it's wild. It's so wild. So, I had to tap in, so
yeah. Well, I'm glad you did, love. Let me get to these court docs.
Yes, go on ahead. Y'all do your thing.
Their heads pop
Thank you for having me as always, love.
Anytime, love. All right, thank you.
All right, I'll be in the comments, y'all.
All right, bye.
All right, bye, baby.
All right. Let's go through these court docs and see what we got here. Listen, y'all. You guys gotta be patient, okay? I know that you guys follow me for the BRI and 2K content. I get that. I understand it. But remember, in a month when this is over, I hope you guys still follow me for other stuff and not just this. You hear me? Okay? We've become a family. What do we get? Oh, you guys, we have 1,000 daily heart me's. We only need 1,000 more. That's like impossible. I so appreciate y'all so much. You guys have no idea. Thank you so much. I know you guys aren't going nowhere. All right, I want to make sure. Okay, this is the exhibit list. I got 2 emails, so I want to make sure I do them in the correct order. So let me just check the other one. Whoa, don't calm down, Tiger. What are you doing? And see which one I need to do first. Okay, this is the evidentiary hearing brief. Remember, you guys taught me to turn it this way so I could see better. You guys have taught me so much. All right. Are you guys all ready? You haven't missed nothing. Honey, you are right in time. I haven't even said one word of the docs, okay? Just in time. Share it out if there's anybody else that's not in here that you guys know want to hear this. Share it out. I'll do a quick recap of Jamal. Thank you so much, love. Okay. Jamal's doing okay. I mean, at this point, we're not going to see a lot of change in Jamal. His vision is still really bad, which is he's having, obviously, had bad headaches because of the brain surgery, but he's also having bad headaches because of the pressure behind, or not the pressure, but the vision being messed up. And again, his eye got nicked. So he has 2 weeks to go for that. But then today he found out that his white blood cell count is elevated, but he's already on antibiotics. And so right now it's just, thank you, Nana Tina. Right now it's really just a waiting game. And again, him and Jasmine wanted to make sure that I thanked you guys so much, because without the help of you guys, they don't know what they would be doing right now, right? And so they're so appreciative and thankful. I let them know today that I have enough to pay all of next month's bills. I'll be making that payment next week. And so they're just so thankful and appreciative. So thank you for continued prayers, and I will keep you guys updated as things go on with my son. So thank you guys. Okay. And also too, really fast, thank you guys for always checking in on Jasmine too, right? Because this is a lot on Jamal, but she's holding. I'm going to say this really nice. Love. Texting court docs now. Are you telling? Wait, let me ask. Are you telling me court docs now, or are you telling people that are coming in court docs now? Because I took that as you telling me, but I want to make sure, because I know you saw a gang, but I'm talking about my son. Thank you, love. So thank you guys so much for everything that you guys have done. Continue to pray. I so appreciate you guys. Okay. All right. Here we go. Going into the court docs, this is petitioner John. Remember, John's the petitioner. Evidentiary hearing brief to the court and to the respondent and her attorney of record. Petitioner John Gacy, 2K. By and through his attorney of record, Taylor Budnick of Family Law Group, Inc. hereby set forth in this evidentiary hearing brief regarding respondent's request that the court find respondent has rebutted the Family Code Section 3044 presumption and order joint legal and or joint physical custody to respondent, which is currently set to be heard on April 2nd at 1:30 p.m. Number 1, introduction. This court issued a permanent DVRO against respondent on August 27th, 2025. Respondent has entirely floated the terms of the restraining order and has operated as though the order does not exist at all. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything going on there in the comments, keep it cute or mute, okay? I'm not putting up with no bullshit. We like to have a good old time over here, okay? Just yapping and tapping, that's what we're doing now. Because when I read, I'm not focused on this because I'm reading this. Okay. Let me read that again. So this court issued a permanent DVRO against BRI on August 27, 2025. BRI has entirely floated the terms of the restraining order and has operated as though the orders did not exist at all. Absent a finding that the Family Code Section 304 presumption is rebutted. The court must keep sole legal and sole physical custody with petitioner, just John. Specifically, respondent BRI has engaged in the following conduct that render it impossible for her to rebut the Family Section 3044 presumption. Ooh, and we got examples. These are from today. Number 1. BRI has contacted petitioner. I'll do the respondent petitioner. I'll do it as their names, okay? So BRI has contacted 2K about matters unrelated to her visits with the minor child in violation of her no contact order contained in the restraining order. Oh, we didn't know that. Number 2, respondent has removed the minor child from Dallas and the surrounding counties to Dallas to conceal the minor child's whereabouts from petitioner during her visits. I'm assuming that's when she took the baby to San Antonio. Number 3, respondent has allowed her significant other, Santos Salazar, to be present for visits in violation of the current restraining order. Number 4, respondent has perpetrated further acts of DV by perpetrating abuse of her current significant other. I told you they were going to bring that up. Respondent appears to be intoxicated during some of the video and audio recordings, evidencing respondent's perpetration of further acts of DV by abusing her current significant other, suggesting that substance use and or abuse may also be an issue in respondent's life. Oopsies. Now, really fast, I want to go over that. We kind of, Stalking that's been around with me for a long time already know, right? Because we kind of talked about this. Why would this make a difference? Because that has nothing to do with John, right? So why would John be able to get an extended DVRO based on Bri's actions with somebody else? Because it shows it's something repetitive. It shows she's not made any changes. She does not take the DVRO that she currently has serious at all. And that action hasn't changed. It's continued. I would carry on to believe that they're probably going to also talk about even like the verbal and emotion. Yeah, it's just a pattern. Okay, number 5. Hold on, I got to go to the next page because number 5 here is cut off. And I don't want to miss a thing, honey. Here it is. Perfect. Okay, Bri appears to be a defendant in multiple other civil suits against her by third parties, including a defamation action against Bri, and a civil harassment restraining order filed against Bri. These actions suggest that Bri is also perpetrating abuse on persons other than petitioner or her significant other. Get your popcorn, honey. And Brain Santos, we know you're in here. Get in your circle, crisscross applesauce, keep it cute, keep it quiet, mute, just listen and you might learn something. Number 6, respondent appears to be in possession or in control of a pew-pew in violation of the prohibition against such access under the applicable sections of the Penal Code and Code of Civil Procedures as set forth in the DVRO restraining order. Let's not forget when we went over the original documents and we went over the DVRO thing. Hey, Jasmine. And she signed that she did not have, own, or have access to a pew-pew under penalty and perjury of law. Interesting. Okay. In addition to the aforementioned violations of the existing restraining orders and respondent's conduct of perpetrating additional acts of abuse, the minor child's best interests are not served by an award of increased time to respondent due to the fact that respondent has not exercised an in-person visit with the minor child since December of 2025 and routinely failed to exercise and or canceled scheduled FaceTime visits with the minor child during the past 3 months. You only had 10 minutes. 10 minutes a week. Or maybe it was twice a week. I can't remember now. You couldn't even give baby W 20 minutes of your time. He doesn't, you don't breathe. You don't deserve baby W. That baby is too good for you. You don't deserve him. He deserves so much better than you, and he has that with his daddy and his grandma. You couldn't give 20 minutes a week of your time. Okay, focus. Sorry, let me bring it back down. For 3 months that she has not been exercising in-person visits. Although respondent claimed to have a high-risk pregnancy, social media content depicts respondent walking around Universal Studios and Disneyland in March of 2026. Amen, she was going on rides. We'll talk about it. Where she even went on rides. Oh, here we go. Records evidencing Bri's alleged inability to travel where requested through formal discovery, but to date, Bri has failed to produce a single document suggesting that she has any impediments to travel, including after the court granted petitioner motion to compel on February 9, 2026, and ordered respondent to produce responsive documents by March 11, 2026. So this is interesting. Now, I was going to make a video on it. I just haven't had time, right? So I'll get back to my videos as we go on. But when BRI was asked about how she can go to Disney and walk around and do all of that stuff, right? But she cannot go to Texas. This was her grand response. Well, walking around Disneyland is not like, that's not like a lot, and going on rides is fine. But carrying W everywhere, that is what's hard. He is heavy. He's almost 2. He walks. You don't carry a 2-year-old everywhere. Yeah, you may have to pick him up time to time, but you're not carrying a 2-year-old. Did you forget that he grew up? Did you forget that he walks? Amy! Thank you, love. Thank you guys so much. Picks up Chrome, no problem. She has an excuse for everything except for to be a mother. But that was her excuse, so I just want to put it out there. Right, strollers, the whole 9, okay? I watch my grandbaby every single day. Thank you for the reminder. Appreciate you, girl. I needed that. And I'm not picking her up a whole bunch. They went bowling. Okay. If you can go bowling and that you're holding a 10 to 15 pound ball, but even just that action of doing that is, remember, she came out afterwards. I appreciate you, Liam. She came out afterwards, though, and said she was just full of shit. She was constipated. She hadn't shit for a while, and that was her problem. I think that is the most honest thing that she has ever said, is Bri is full of shit. That's it, right? She doesn't want, she has a replacement child now. She doesn't want him. And it sucks to say that, but it's honest. I'm only going to give you facts. She doesn't want him if he can't be in California. And she hasn't even put in a fight for that, because she would have changed all of these things. Oh, you're not that late. Okay. So in addition to the aforementioned violations of the existing restraining order and respondents' conduct of perpetrating additional acts of abuse, the minor child's best interests are not served by an award of increased time to respondent due to the fact that respondent has not exercised an in-person... Oh, I just read that part. Oh, my bad. Sorry, I forgot to move up. My bad. I apologize. Okay, it also appears that that Bri will once again be without a place to live on the basis that her previously disclosed Lancaster rental is a short-term rental, the term of which is set to expire by June 2026. Conflicting reports have appeared on social media suggesting the respondent's residence in Lancaster is expiring sooner than 2026. First of all, she has not shown a consistent living environment or situation since that baby has been born. She has moved from place to place to place to place. You're not too late, love, and it'll be up on YT. We're only on the second page. You're good. It is certainly not in the best interest of a minor child to award increased time, including time in another state, with a parent who has not demonstrated a consistent effort to comply with or even exercise the existing visitation time awarded to her. As discussed here and below, the state of California, hold on, I gotta go to the next page. State of California's public policy favoring frequent and continuing contact to both parents is expressly identified as a factor that the court is not authorized to consider in the context of a request to rebuke the Family Code Section 3044 presumptions. Thus, BRI alleged concerns regarding her ability, her ability to travel to and from Texas, which she raises because it affects her ability to exercise frequent and continued contact with the minor child. It is prohibited from being considered when assessing whether respondent has rebutted the 304-4 presumptions. That's hilarious. Jennifer, that's hilarious. Section 304-4. Anybody catch that? Oh, that's a perfect section for her. Section 304-4. You guys are hilarious. Okay, number 2. Petitioner, so John, requested orders at hearing. Thank you, love. Thank you guys all so much for everyone who's tapping, who's sharing, who's gifting. I can't, oh my gosh, we're almost 120,000. I don't see it all when I'm on here, so just thank you guys, okay. Okay, petitioner requests that the court deny BRI's request for a finding that the Family Code Section 304-4 presumption is rebutted. Maintain the existing custody orders awarding petitioner sole legal and sole physical custody of the minor child. Oh, hold on, wait. Child, and adopt these orders as the final custody orders in this parentage case. Further, John is seeking court orders. Hold on, I got blow this up bigger. Okay, court orders reinstating the professional monitor requirement for respondents' visits with the minor child. So he's asking for her to go back to supervised visitation. I think that is highly likely at this point because she took the child out of the state lines and tried to do it sneakily. Good job. Petitioner specifically requests that the prior visitation monitor, Keeping the Peace LLC, whom respondent initially selected, facts, serve as the professional monitor, and that respondent's visits will occur in Dallas County, Texas, only going forward. See, she fucked herself. She could have him in Dallas and surrounding counties. Now she gets Dallas only if she chooses, but she's not going to go to Texas, so it's not going to matter. Crazy. John further requests an order reserving how'd this happen? Sorry. Reserving his ability to bring a request for attorney's fees and costs, both as the prevailing party in the DVRO matter and as Family Code Section 271 sanctions against against BRI for BRI's conduct of bringing the instant motion before the court when it is factually impossible for the court to find that the Family Section 304 presumption has been rebutted for the time of trial. John has filed a request for trial setting conference and asks that this case be set for trial on the remaining financial issues. Petitioner also desires to set the trial on his request to renew and extend the permanent DVRO in place against respondent for at least the minimum allowable renewed period of 5 years. Amen. It should be granted. That absolutely positively should be granted. I can't see a reason not to have that granted for 5 years. Now, mind you guys, in the state of California, if there is an active DVRO, you cannot have custody of the child. That is why John right now has full legal and sole custody of baby W, because she has that DVRO. In her little pea brain mind, she believes that once that's gonna drop in August, and I even saw she had made a statement that she's asking for it to be dropped in April, which that concurs in what they're saying here in the court docs. It should be dropped because she hasn't done anything to break it since then. She's done so many things to break the DVRO. And so she thinks that she's going to be able to get visitation in California. And she's not. Okay. So, anyways, they're requesting the DVRO for the minimum allowable renewable period of 5 years. However, to the extent the court believes petitioner needs it to file a separate motion to make this request, he will do so. Okay, John, we see you. Number 3, legal authority. A court cannot find that the Family Code Section 3044 presumption has been rebutted due to respondent's violations of the existing DVRO, her access to pew-pews since the restraining order issued, and ongoing perpetrations of further DV. Due to the court's issuance of the permanent DVRO against respondent on August 27, 2025, this court is not authorized to make an order awarding joint or sole legal or physical custody to BRI, absent a finding that the respondent has rebutted by... Hold on, I gotta go to the next page. Where was I just at? Well, I'm just going to start here. Okay. Evidence. The presumption set forth in Family Code Section 3044, which states that the issuance of orders awarding joint or sole legal or physical custody to a perpetrator of a DV is detrimental to the best interest of the minor child pursuant to Family Code Section 3011 and 3020, Family Code Section 3044A. Family Code Section 3044 sets forth the required findings to overcome the aforementioned presumption. Specifically, the court shall find that the following paragraph 1 is satisfied and shall find that the factors in, it says the following paragraph 2, on balance support, support the legislative findings in Section 3022. So now we're going to read through what they're finding. Let me take a second. Yes, I gotta keep my whistle wet. Last time when I read court docs, I had no voice the next day. Okay. Yes, 2K is doing his thing. Listen, hey J-Shelf, he is fighting for his baby, and I love every single minute of it. Unfortunately, we don't see this often enough, and I love it. I will forever support him. He is doing a fabulous job. Okay, section number 1. The perpetrator of domestic DV, has demonstrated that given sole or joint physical or legal custody of a child to the perpetrator, BRI, is in the best interest of the child, presumption to Section 3011 and 3020. In determining the best interest of the child, the preference for frequent and continuing contact with both parents as set forth in subdivision B of Section 3020, or with the non-custodial parent as set forth in paragraph 1, subdivision A of Section 3040, may not be used to rebut the presumption in whole or in part. Now, this says that's underlined, may not be used. So we're going to find out. We're going to find out why and what's happening here. That was number 1. Okay, number 2, additional factors. A, The perpetrator has successfully completed, thank you, DJ, successfully completed a batter's treatment program that meets the criteria outlined in subdivision C of section blah, blah, blah. B, the perpetrator has successfully completed a program for rugs, rug abuse counseling if the court determines that counseling is appropriate. D, the perpetrator is on probation or parole and has or has not complied with the terms and conditions of probation or parole. E, the perpetrator is restrained by a protective order or restraining order and has or has not complied with the terms of conditions. So they're saying that E is one of them. F is another one that's highlighted. F, the petitioner of domestic violence has committed further acts of domestic violence. Absolutely. We've seen it all over the tickety-tockety. G, the court has determined, pursuant to section 6322.5, that the perpetrator is a restrained person in possession or control of a pew-pew or ammunition in violation of section 6389, section 527.9 of the Code of Civil Protection, or section 18120 of the Penal Code. That basically means you're fucked. Just, that was a lot of words to say that. Here, out of the 7 factors, A through G, that the court is required to consider is in deciding whether respondent has, on balance, rebutted the Family Code section 304. Presumptions, 3 factors, factor A, factor B, and factor D, are inapplicable to the instant case. 1 factor has been satisfied, specifically factor C. Thank you, love. Factor C, the completion of the parenting classes. 3 factors, E, F, and G, weigh against respondent. Respondent cannot satisfy factor E due to respondent's failure to comply with the terms of the restraining order. Or factor F due to respondent's perpetration of further acts of domestic violence. Or factor G due to respondent's apparent possession or control of a pew-pew. On the basis, the court must find the respondent has failed to satisfy her burden to rebut the Family Code section 3044. Okay, we gotta go to the next page. Page 5 of 10. Okay. It is anticipated that respondent will, in attempt to support her request for modification of the existing custody order, complain that John's conduct in exercising sole legal and sole physical custody of the minor child. Procedurally, however, the court cannot entertain respondent's alleged complaints about petitioner's exercise of sole legal or sole physical custody before it finds that respondent has met her burden to rebut Family Section 3044 presumption that an award of joint or sole custody to respondent is determined to the minor child's best interest. Again, that goes back to if they're going to extend out the DVRO, which is the section 3044, she doesn't get any type of custody. It's going to stay with him. So that's what they're saying there. The court must first find that the factors set forth in Family Code section 3044 on balance are supportive of respondent's request. Respondent's alleged Sometimes Taylor gets me caught up with the words. I'm like, oh God, what happened? Let me try that again. Respondent's alleged pregnancy. I love Spicy Taylor. sorry, respondent's alleged pregnancy or alleged inability to travel relates to respondent's ability to attend visits with the minor child in Dallas or surrounding counties. Not the alleged pregnancy. What the hell just happened? What did I just do? Oh no, how did I make it 2 pages? Oh my god, what did I do? How do I make this big? Oh my god, what the fuck did I just do? Leave it to me to always screw shit up. How do I make this? Wait, what just happened? Oh, wait, did I fix it? I fixed it on my own, you guys. Look at me. I don't even know how I did that. Oh my god. What the fuck is happening here? I got so excited by that, I just messed up my whole thing. Okay. Now I gotta find where I was. Here we go. Okay. Respondent's alleged pregnancy and alleged inability to travel relates to respondent's ability to attend visits with the minor child in Dallas or surrounding counties. The reason for raising constraints such as a high-risk pregnancy, thank you, love, or the inability to travel is because they relate to the performance or frequent and continuing contact between respondent and the minor child. However, the court is expressly prohibited from considering whether in whole or in part the reference frequent and continuing contact with the minor child when making a determination under Family Code Section 3044. B. There is no such thing as a technical or de minimis knowing violation of a thank you, love. Listen, it's the flowers right now. Springtime that is making my allergies go freaking bonkers today. We had snow the other day, and now today we have flowers. Anyways, focus. Okay, we're in section B, sorry. There is no such thing as a technical or de minimis knowing violation of a restraining order. Every knowing violation of a domestic violence restraining order is very serious. It goes on to do case law, which I really don't want to read. Okay, in Navarro versus Savara, the Court of Appeals addressed the implications of a perceived technical or de minimis violation of a restraining order. What the fuck keeps happening? Okay, sorry. Context, sorry. Violation of restraining order in the context of a protected party's request for renewal of a permanent DVRO. The Court of Appeal found that the trial court improperly considered the restrained party's rationale for violation of the restraining order. Anyways, I'm not going to read all that because that's just reading over other case law they're using. Here, respondent had knowledge of the restraining order because she was present in court when the order was issued and is also in receipt of the physical order. Thus, respondent knew she was prohibited from removing the minor child from Dallas and surrounding counties. She knew, I gotta flip pages. Okay, well, how do I go to the next page? Oh my god. How did I mess this up so bad? Sorry guys, you know I am not I'm not very tech savvy. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Somehow when I made it go to 2 pages, I messed it up. I just have to reopen it. Sorry, my bad. My bad, I apologize. I need some computer classes. Oops, not that. Jesus Christ. Okay, this one. And I'm on page 6. What page is that up to? 3, 6. Okay. Here we go. All right, we're back in business. My bad. I apologize. So 4 was just stating that she knew that she was, she knows about her DVRO is what she's saying. She was prohibited from having Santos in attendance during her visits. She knew she was prohibited from contacting John directly or indirectly. And she knew she was prohibited from having possession of a controlled pew-pew. Despite having actual knowledge of all such orders, respondent has acted in complete disregard for the terms of the restraining order ever since it was issued on August 27th, 2025. Even one violation of a restraining order is very serious, but in this case, respondent has committed multiple violations. Turn this shit off. Multiple violations. Listen, you guys kept saying, the judge is taking it too easy, and the judge hasn't seen this yet, right? Or hasn't ruled on it yet. But I kept saying we have to be patient and wait till we get to, we gotta wait till we get to the order, right? We have to wait till we get to trial. And Taylor is putting it out there and putting it out there good. I can't wait to see the rebuttal of the cohort hearing on the 1st, okay? Responded. BRI's request for joint legal custody and increased physical custody time, including in Los Angeles, is what precipitated the setting of the April 2nd, 2026 evidentiary hearing, rather than petitioner's request for renewal of the restraining order. Given that the restraining order does not expire until August 2026, there has not yet been a need to file a motion to renew it. However, as mentioned here and above, petitioner, John, is planning to seek renewal and extension of the existing restraining order for at least the minimum renewal period of 5 years, including due to respondents' habitual violations of same. It is wholly contrary to public policy for the court to even entertain respondent's request for an order awarding her more custodial privileges in the form of joint legal custody and liberalized physical custodial time when she has committed even a single violation of the existing restraining order, let alone multiple violations. Here, respondent has committed multiple restraining order violations and is also continuously perpetrating abuse in her current relationship. A more detailed discussions of respondent's violations are discussed here and below. Oh, get a drink, guys. Get your drinks. Get your drinks. Mine's only Diet Coke. I don't drink, but y'all get something to drink. Yep. This is BRI and 2K's court. This is 2K's potty break. Take your break. Do what you gotta do. I'm gonna give you a quick minute. Get your drink. Oh, look at me styling and profiling. Okay. Yep, we gotta go through the exhibit list. We gotta do it all today. Listen, I'm here for it. Okay, I'm here for it. First of all, during this quick little intermission, can we just shout it out for Sammy? See, she is the GOAT. Okay, Sammy, make sure I get every single court document. So because of Sammy, we get to read these. She provides me with every single court document. So please show Sammy some love in the comments. Okay, I love it. No, this one's okay. It's not too long, Bailey. Pinky, thank you, love. Okay, here we go. If we get to, Bailey, if we get to anything where it's like the back and forth for sure. Okay. A. Respondent's violation of the custody ordered issued pursuant to the violation restraining order. Respondent knowingly violated the DVRO's custody provisions on numerous occasions. Not just one, numerous occasions. She did. For example, during respondent's December 2025 visitation with the minor child, respondent traveled with the minor child to San Antonio, Texas, in violation of the court order requiring respondent to exercise her visits in Dallas and surrounding counties of Dallas, Texas. San Antonio is not a surrounding county of Dallas. The domestic violence restraining order issued against respondent containing kidnapping provision orders, specifically because respondent has violated orders in the past by removing the minor child from the state in which her visits were required to be exercised and concealing the minor child from petitioner. Respondent nevertheless repeated her her offending conduct after the permanent restraining order was issued by taking the minor child to San Antonio and concealing the minor child's whereabouts from petitioner in December 2025. Respondent did not disclose. I'll go to the next page. Thank you! Scared the shit out of me. Petitioner that the minor child was in San Antonio. Petitioner only discovered the minor child was in San Antonio after requesting a welfare check. Respondent also violated the current restraining order by allowing Santos Salazar, respondent's current significant other, to be in attendance during visits. For example, the location which respondent was staying when she brought the minor child to San Antonio, Texas in December 2025 is the home of Santos's family, and presumably Santos was present with respondent at the location, given that it is his family's house. Further, since August 27th, let me add in right there too, not only that, is it presumed that he was there. This isn't in there. This is just my memory. The pictures of them driving, remember how W's car seat straps were all the way down here? Santos was driving the car. So that tells you he was there. He was around the child. He was driving the car. But anyways. Where was I at? Okay, further, since August 27, 2025, respondents and Santos's numerous social media posts corroborate that Santos was present at respondent's Airbnb where she stayed with the minor child during her visits in Dallas, Texas. This issue was previously addressed via petitioner's August 25th ex parte filing. One of those is when he accidentally went live twice for a few seconds at a time. It's very difficult to just accidentally go live. There's many buttons you have to push, right? Mind you, there was also a physical altercation, allegedly, supposedly, possibly, whatever, that happened at that time, and Baby W was there at the house. Yeah, you can't, if you guys have gone live, you can't just accidentally go live. No. To date, gotta make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay. To date, respondent has produced no records related to the persons traveling with her to Texas or staying with her at the Airbnbs, despite the fact that the court granted petitioner's motion to compel this information on February 9th, 2026, and ordered respondent to produce it by March 11th, 2026. Presumably, respondent's failure to comply with discovery in this regard is because the production would be incriminating. That goes back to the 12 demands. I have all that up on my page as well. B, respondent's violation of the no contact order contained in the DVRO. BRI violated the domestic violence order on February 22nd, 2026. And we talked about this by indirectly contacting petitioner about a matter that is unrelated to petitioner's visit with the minor child. The DVRO prohibits all contact, direct or indirect. This is unrelated to respondent's visit with the minor child. On February 22nd, 2026, respondent shared on her public Snapchat platform a message addressing petitioner directly. Remember, we talked about this, you guys. Nope. Hold on. You got to go. You guys, if you guys ever see anybody come in here saying that they'll give you money for doing whatever, please ignore them. We block them and mute them as quickly as we can, but please never fall for that scam, okay? Sorry. Let me go back. We talked about this, how that this was a direct violation of her DVRO, right? Because she had his picture up, she had a message to him, happy birthday, and she played the call in the back. Okay, so it's clear violation. So on February 22nd, 2026, respondent shared on her public Snapchat platform a message addressing petitioner directly. Petitioner thereafter saw respondent's publicly shared post and was upset by it. Specifically, respondent wished petitioner a happy birthday, concurrently with sharing a years-old audio recording of petitioner. The audio recording depicts petitioner crying, fearful and frankly distraught upon finding out that respondent was pregnant with their now almost 2-year-old minor child. While in a panic, petitioner wonders aloud about how he will manage being a father when he didn't have a father himself. The recordings depict petitioner during an incredibly vulnerable moment that respondent chose to share as the background noise of her post wishing petitioner a happy birthday on February 22nd, 2026. This is not only a contact that violates the no contact order of the DVRO, it also appears to be contact that was made with a specific intention of disturbing petitioner's peace by violating his mental and emotional calm. So we talked about that in great length. I think that game of hers backfired. It made 2K so much more relatable because she hasn't cried over her child because she's not a good parent, right? We cry over kids all the time. You guys have seen me cry how much this week, and my son is 25. Okay? We stress about our children. And he knew what kind of person Bree was when he found out. So he wasn't sure what was going to happen, I'm sure. So no, But wait, I told you guys that post on his birthday, that was his birthday gift. That was her writing the name on the tag and putting it on there. That was the final gift of him wrapping up the present to just hand baby W right over. Okay. Then, there have been other communications by respondent, which also involve communication unrelated to respondent's visit with the minor child. Respondent has directly addressed John via other public social media posts. For example, by talking to John about your mother or saying she is excited to see petitioner in court. Respondent has also endeavored, including through counsel, to locate petitioner's home address. A restrained party is prohibited from making efforts to obtain the protected party's address in the terms of the restraining order. Bree has even suggested through counsel that petitioner should not be upset if his private residential address is publicly disclosed, because because the public already deducted the location of the minor's school as though these disclosed are analogous. So you dox your child's school and then be like, so why would it matter where he is? She's the restrained party. She's not allowed to know what or where he lives. She is absolutely unbelievable. Subsection I. The fact that respondents' public social media posts addressed to petitioner were not sent directly to petitioner by respondent herself is a marital... Wait a minute. Immaterial, provided that petitioner actually became aware of the conduct. Then the next chapter goes on to talk about court cases. I'm not going to read all that. I guess I will. Okay, indeed, in People versus Blanchard, the Court of Appeal expressly rejected the argument that because Blanchard's harassing and threatening messages were publicly posted on Facebook rather than sent directly to the victim, they could not be used to establish a harassing course of conduct directed to victim or at victim. While it is essential that the court find that the victim is aware of the conduct, the petitioner herself need to be the one making the victim aware. While Blanchard is a criminal case involving stalking and threatening conduct, it is nevertheless intrusive because of the burden of proof is higher in a criminal context. If a perpetrator can be found to have made contact with victim via public social media posts that were not sent directly to a victim in a criminal context, provided the victim is aware of said post, then certainly the same is true in a civil context. So all that was just court mumbo jumbo. C. Respondent's violation of the restraining order by having possession of a pew-pew. Well, welcome, Flo. No need to be sorry, honey. Welcome in. Welcome to the Sock Gang. Make sure you hit the follow. If you guys are here and you're not already following, make sure you guys follow. We have a good old time here. You guys are up to 322 likes. You guys are tappity taps. You guys are freaking amazing. Follow the Sock Gang. We have a good old time, okay? Welcome in, love. C. Respondent's violation to the restrainer for order by having possession of a pew-pew. This I know nothing about. On or about November 11, 2025, respondent was depicted dancing in a live video on social media where a pew-pew was clearly visible in the background. I don't remember this. Respondent addressed the pew thereafter via a follow-up social media post by first claiming that the pew-pew was a prop and later claiming that she could not be penalized essentially because she has no... Marissa! Thank you, love. What the heck was that? That was so cool. Thank you, love. Yeah. Okay, now I remember. Yeah, on the pool table. Okay, I remember. Thank you. Thank you so much, love. Let me see. Penalized essentially because she had no control over whether other people brings pew-pews into her home. I would know. We would know. Oh, you look so pretty. Thank you, love. Respondent has shared content on social media in the past where she was depicted with pew-pews, which leads petitioner to believe that the pew depicted in respondent's November 11, 2025 video belongs to respondent. In any case, respondent apparently did have access to and ability to control a pew-pew on November 11th. Absolutely. I don't know how, if it's in your house, if it's sitting right there. Oh, shit balls. Anybody would have access or control. I don't understand how you wouldn't. Anyone could walk over and pick it up, including a child. If it's just sitting out on the pool table. Thank you guys so much. Right, screams unsafe and all that. Yeah, like blows my mind. Oh, I just read that one. Okay. Number 9. Quick. Drink. All right. See, in addition to being a factor precluding respondents' ability to rebuke the family code section 304 presumptions, respondents' perpetrations of abuse of her significant other is detrimental to the minor. Thank you, love. The minor child's best interest under Family Code Section 3011 and 3022 or 20. Thank you, Kays. Thank you guys all so much. Family Code Section 3011 establishes that a history of abuse by one parent seeking custody against a current spouse or cohabitant of the parent seeking custody, or a person with whom that parent seeking custody has a dating or engagement relationship with. Thank you, love. Shall be considered by the court is making a determination about the best interest of a minor child. Furthermore, K is level 17. Thank you, love. Furthermore, Family Code Section 3020 sets forth the state of California's public policy declaring that children have the right to be safe and free from abuse, and that the perpetration of child abuse or domestic violence in a household where a child resides is detrimental to the health and safety and welfare of the child. Now, I know in a lot of states, staying in a domestic violence situation with a child there, right, can be cause for CPS to be called and can also be cause for a child to be removed. Thank you, Kays. Because you're staying in a situation where a child is impactfully being abused as well, right? Even if the physical abuse is them, that is emotional, mental abuse on the child. So in some places, your child can't be removed from that. Our state is one of them. Here, there are ample evidence that respondent and her current significant other, Santos, are in a domestically abusive relationship. Given the multitude of physical and verbal altercations between respondent and Santos that are publicly available for viewing on social media, one can only speculate as to the actual number of abusive incidences that are occurring in private. Thank you, love. Which is so true. We have seen horrible stuff online. Imagine what the heck is happening behind closed doors, you guys. One can only speculate as to the actual number of abusive incidents that are occurring in private. In no universe, sorry, sometimes she be cracking me up. In no universe is an award of unmonitored custody to respondent in Los Angeles, where both she and Santos reside, in the minor child's best interest. The way she said, in no universe is that in the best child's interest for them to be. Listen, I've read a lot of court docs. I've never seen them say in no universe would that be in that child's best interest. Okay? She said no. Not here in California, not in Texas, not in the whole damn universe. Okay? Oh, she is so funny. I'm going to read it again. In no universe is an award of unmonitored custody to BRI in Los Angeles, where both she and Santos reside, in a minor child's best interest. It is an egregious waste of court's time and petition John's resources for BRI to even bring a request of such orders to the court. Given the extensive evidence that ongoing physical abuse is being perpetrated by BRI since August 27th, 2025, when the permanent restraining order was issued. She just ate her for dinner and left no crumbs. She said, let me read this one again. She says, it is an egregious, not just a waste of time, it is an egregious waste of the court's time and John's resources for Bree to even bring a request for such orders. Although not before the court, it is important to recall that petitioner also experienced physical abuse by respondent, including an incident where Bree hit him in the face and caused a bruise and swollen lip. Wait, hold on. Although not before the court, it is important to recall that John also experienced physical abuse by Bree, including an incident where Bree hit him in the face and caused a bruised and swollen lip, and the physical abuse Bree experienced was among the reasons for bringing his 2024 request for the DVRO against respondent. Petitioner's John's 2024 restrained order request was resolved by stipulation of the parties on October 31st, 2024. Pursuant to the October 31st, 2024 stipulation, Bree agreed that the minor child would reside primarily with John in Texas. Unfortunately, John was subsequently forced to file a second request for DVRO against respondent just 5 months later because respondent had resumed her abusive conduct, including absconding with the minor child in violation of the court orders and repeatedly threatening physical harm to petitioner. Last page. Okay, here we go. Bree has an ongoing habitual pattern of perpetrating abuse. It appears she would benefit from participating in a 52-week batter's intervention program. Not a year-long program, as such a program has not been ordered to date. Respondent's inability to grasp the severity of her actions is evident by the fact that she, despite ongoing perpetrations of domestic violence since the existing restraining order was issued, and despite multiple violations of the existing DVRO, believes she is somehow entitled to increased and more liberalized custodial time. Basically, she's crazy. In conclusion, based on the foregoing, John respectfully requests that the court deny respondent's request for finding that the Family Code Section 3044 presumption has been rebutted. Maintain all existing orders awarding petitioner sole legal and sole physical custody of the minor child and as the final custody order in this case. Reinstate the requirements that respondent visits be professionally monitored in Dallas County and set this case for trial on the issues of child support, attorney's fees, and petitioner's request for renewal of extension of the restraining order. Honey, I was just wondering, I was like, hers came, okay, so we'll, if Sammy has that, okay, look at her, she's on it. So I'll finish reading his and then we'll read hers. Yep, we will read hers next. Absolutely. We still have to go over the exhibit too. Sammy be on it, I tell you. Sammy is the GOAT. Listen. Make sure you guys hit the follow button if you guys are already following. I so appreciate you guys being here and just hanging out with us. Sock Gang is a great gang to be a part of. Yeah, we'll keep going because we still got the whole list to read through here. So give me just a second. We're gonna take a quick intermission. Actually, probably what I'll do is go use the restroom really fast. You guys get your refills, get your popcorn, get your snacks, get whatever it is. We're gonna take a quick 2-minute intermission, and then we'll get to reading the evidentiary list. I love it. Gonna be a long night. Thank God no school tomorrow, okay? Listen, my boss is amazing. She lets me take a nap every day. Yes, this will be on my... I will stay up late again tonight, I promise you, and get it up tonight, okay? Oh. Principal. The principal's in attendance, people.
Hi, I just come up to chat and see how everybody's weekend went and stuff while you take your little potty break.
I love that. Thank you, love. Then I'll be right back.
You're welcome. How was everybody's weekend? While Sammy's searching and Angie's on a break. Hi, Kathy. Thanks, Taz. I started crate training my 9-month-old Rottweiler because he's eating everything in my house. Still. Long. George, Sammy's out checking for BRIs right now. She looked on the site and said that they wasn't ready for purchase yet, but somebody said they dropped on Reddit, so she is, checking on that now. Oh, the pup Taz, he's a nightmare. Elena, nothing worse than a sick baby. I hope that baby's better soon. Yeah, if they're on Reddit, Jenna, Sammy will definitely grab them up. New court docs on John's behalf dropped today. So type that T. Do you want to send them? Here, I'll follow you back. And if you want, you can send them to me. And I can get them to Sammy if she doesn't find them on Reddit, but she's usually pretty good.
Yeah, Sammy be on it.
I'm invested in Angie's lives every day that I'm awake. Last night I missed all the action though because I had a migraine all day. Yeah.
Oh my God. I don't know why I thought you're in there. Listen, it was so many people. I couldn't keep track of who was in there and who wasn't. Last night was crazy.
Yeah.
Last night was crazy.
That's gonna be my go to sleep show tonight because I'm gonna turn on YT and let it play.
Yes.
I'm so bummed.
Oh, Shelly. Not Shelly bringing up the Savannah Bananas. Were you not here for the Savannah Banana drama? If Trey's in here, he's going to be like, Shelly, don't bring it up again. There's a whole story behind the Savannah Bananas.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
A lot of people, too, they keep asking for an update on Jamal as well. So
yeah.
I figured
I'll do that really fast before I get into the next piece of it. It's only 4 pages, and then we'll go into Breeze. Jamal's doing okay. He's in a lot of pain still. A lot of it is his vision is messed up. So you figure you have brain surgery, and then you're seeing 3 and 4 of everything. And so if you didn't even have surgery and you're seeing multiples and you're trying to focus, it's going to give you a bad headache. So he's just in a lot of pain. And then his white blood cell counts were elevated, but he's already on antibiotics, so we figure that'll probably come down. So,
yeah, he'll get it worked out. It's a whole process, but I'll let you get back to your show. Commercial's over. I love
Thank you, Sammy. Perfect. And Sammy just sent them over, so I will read those next. And this is only 4 pages. So we'll get through this really fast, and then we'll read Breeze. Oh my God. Listen, we'll talk about that after the whole baby shower thing. Oh my God, a disaster. Okay. This is John's exhibit list. To the court and to the respondent and her attorney of record, petitioner John Gacy, by and through his attorney Taylor Budnick, hereby submits the following list of exhibits for the evidentiary hearing of respondent, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I don't ever give out physical addresses, dates, and times. I don't do that. Sorry. Petitioner's list of exhibits. 1, Bexar County's Sheriff's Office instant report regarding December 25th welfare check. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Bexar County Sheriff's Office incident report regarding December 25th, 2025 welfare check. Okay. The reason why I stopped with that, because remember they said originally that the judge said she has no jurisdiction over Texas. So she can't tell them they have to provide. Elisa, you can absolutely go watch this somewhere else if you don't like the way that I do my page over here. But to come on while to come onto my page when I'm explaining something and tell me just to read is absolutely unacceptable. So you can exit stage left, or you could just sit quietly and listen, or comment something nice. But now all you did is held up what I was reading. There is 1.7 thousand people in here that like the way I do things, but don't ever tell me just to read, because then I'm going to stop. I don't play that over here. Okay? You can go pay for the pages yourself as well. As I was saying before, I was extremely rudely interrupted. The judge had said that she has no jurisdiction, which she does not, over Texas, so she cannot verify that you guys, I'm not bringing anybody up because I want to get through this, but she cannot verify or basically direct them to be able to come in, etc. She can't have them take time off work, pay them, all of that stuff. Okay, so number 2, permanent DVRO ordered issue against respondent on August 27th, 2026. Number 3, live recordings of physical and verbal altercations between respondent and her significant other on October 11th, 2025, shared across TikTok. Number 4, respondent's Snapchat post communicating to petitioner via social media on February 22nd, 2025, shared across TikTok. Number 5, live recording of physical altercation between respondent and her significant other on May 30th, 2025, shared across TikTok. Number 6, details of respondent's significant other's arrest for domestic battery on June 13th, 2025. That's the, the fight with the cliff. I can't think of the place right now. Number 7, live recording of verbal altercation between respondent and her significant other on June 4th, 2025. Catalina, thank you. Catalina Island. You guys are the best. Shared across TikTok. Number 8, live recordings of verbal and physical altercation, including respondent and respondent's significant other and their friend on July 4th, 2025, shared across TikTok. Number 9, photo shared to respondent's significant other Snapchat on 10/11/25, depicting him with facial bruising following the 10/11 physical altercation with respondent. Number 10, live recording of physical altercation between respondent's significant other and third parties, in which respondent joins the fight on October 31st, shared across TikTok. That was at Jack Doherty's party, I'm sure. Number 11, live recording of respondent dancing with a GUN in the background on November 11th, 2025, shared across TikTok. Number 12, live recordings of respondent on November 17th, 2025, discussing the pew-pew in her 11/11 TikTok. Number 13, November 29th, 2025, compilation of respondents and respondent's significant other on social media. How does this keep happening? What the fuck is happening? Oh my god. Sorry. November 29, 2025, a compilation of respondent and respondent's significant other's social media posts demonstrating respondent, so Bree's significant other and respondent are both present at the same Airbnb. Number 14, November 29, 2025, additional compilation of respondents and respondent significant other social media posts demonstrating respondent significant other and respondents are both present at the same Airbnb with the minor child. With the minor child. And that was on November 29th. Number 15, live recording of respondent communicating to petitioner via social media on November 13th, 2025, shared across TikTok. Number 16, live recordings of respondent and her significant other arguing over her conduct on live streaming their fights. Respondent admits she hits him in private. Yeah, Bree's goose is cooked. Exactly. 17, live recording of respondent and her significant other talking about his conduct of taking and hiding her phone, throwing it in the toilet. Respondent describes as abusive incident on January 6, 2026. 18, live recording of respondent's friend on January 5th, 2026, during which a verbal altercation between respondent and Santos in verbal is ongoing in background. Number 19, live recording of respondent and her significant other on January 5th, 2026, where respondent admits to pushing him. They discuss and describe I always can say this word. Reciprocally abusive conduct on January 5th, 2026, shared across TikTok. Number 20, live recordings of verbal altercation between respondent and Santos on January 5th. Respondent calls him a fucking idiot. I mean, she's not wrong. Just kidding. Shared across TikTok. Wait, what number was that? 20. Okay, go next page. Okay, 21. Live recording of verbal altercation between respondent and her significant other on January 5th. 22. Live recording of respondent and significant other on December 6, 2025, admitting to respondent's physical abuse, discussing how it's acceptable in Latino culture for men to get beat up by their girls. Stop it. How did I miss that? Wow. Wow. Okay. So that just makes it okay. That makes it okay. Then it says it's a recording of it's recording of Bree's, so Santos, on December 6, 2025, admitting to Bree physically abusing him. And he says it's okay because in Latino culture, men just get beat up by their girls. It's normal. Okay, one more time. Can we read it one more time? I'm going to put the names in there instead of, because it's confusing. Live recording of Santos on December 6, 2025, admitting to Bree's physical abuse, discussing how it's acceptable in Latino culture for men to get beat up by their girls. You, Santos, but no, that's not normal. 23, live recording of respondent on December 31st, 2025, referring to the judge as, in her custody as, you dumb bitch. Uh-oh. I thought she was your homegirl. Oops. Judge is not going to like that one. Read that one again. Live recording of Bree on December 31st, 2025, referring to the judge in her custody case as you dumb bitch. Says the judge won't care about where she lives or how long she lives there. Says December was her last time going to Dallas. 24, compilation of live recordings of BRI shared across TikTok on March 14th, 2026, where respondents discussed how both her and Santos are not allowed to see their respective kids. Says going 3 months without seeing my child is not a big deal. My kids are grown-ass adults. And I'm not talking just 18. They are 32 to 25. I've yet to ever go 3 months without seeing my child. Okay. 25. 12 minutes and 43 second phone conversation. Hold on. The hell? Okay. 12-minute and 43-second phone conversation recorded by petitioner in Texas between petitioner and respondent's significant other. So between John and Santos on August 27, 2025, wherein Santos describes BRI hits him all the fucking time. So Santos admits to throwing things and breaking BRI's laptop, police being called for domestic abuse, respondent letting the minor child sleep in the bed with other men, threatening to abort significant other's baby, respondent's significant other drinking, respondent BRI wanting her significant other to go to court with respondent to instigate John, among other concerning statements. What? Is Santos the mole? Oh, we said that at the same time. Bug and I both were like, the mole? Is Santos the mole? I'm going to read that one more time, and I'll try to put the names in there. A 12-minute and 43-second phone call. First of all, shout out to John to be able to have a phone, hold a conversation with Santos for that long. You are good, okay? 12-minute and 43-second phone conversation recorded by John in Texas between John and Santos on August 17th, 2025. Wherein Santos describes that BRI hits him all the fucking time. Santos admits to throwing things and breaking BRI's laptop. Police have been called for domestic BRI letting the minor child sleep in bed with other men, threatening to delete the fetus of their child. Santos. Respondent, significant others. So Santos is drinking. Respondent BRI wanting significant other to go to court with BRI to instigate John, among other concerning statements. That last statement alone is crazy work. You want Santos to go, and he has that recorded of Santos saying, go just to instigate him at court to get him to act up. That's crazy. Okay, number 26, compilation of social media posts depicting respondent and creator GTA together in person on numerous dates, contrary to respondent's testimony at the DVRO hearing. She only met him one time. And remember, that was under penalty and perjury law. She was under oath at that time. She says she had only met him one time. Okay. Number 27, respondent's residential lease for the property. I won't say the address. Okay. Number 28, post depicting call log of of police responses to BRI's apartment for DV incidents. Note, after receipt of production of respondent's residential lease, I'm going to leave out the address, A formal request of public records has been submitted to LAPD in an attempt to verify this information. This exhibit is expected to be amended to also include said records, if any, upon the same. Number 29, video recording of altercation between BRI and Santos shared across TikTok. That was on October 25th. And number 30, miscellaneous recent photos and videos depicting petitioner's custodial time with minor child. Petitioner reserves the right to amend this his exhibit list prior to the evidentiary hearing in this matter, and reserves the right to offer any exhibits for impeachment and or rebuttal purposes as necessary in the interest of fairness and justice. Wow, that is a whole lot of, y'all. We're gonna go into BRI's next. What are your guys' thoughts, opinions? I always stay out of the comments when I'm reading because I just like to read through. He did great. And also, you guys, shout out to those people that have been helping him and making sure that he gets all this stuff. Now, with that being said, please do not tag 2K and Mama 2K in any posts, okay? Trust me, they get them. I get all of them so many times a day. So I know if I'm getting them, they're getting them, okay? So try not to bog them down, especially now. Let them prep and get ready for a trial and whatnot. But crazy. Okay, there's a witness list for 2K in the trial paper. Oh, in this one? Oh, let me go see. Okay, hold on. I gotta go into my phone really fast. And oh wait, maybe did I set it up that I can do it here? Hold on, let me see. No, no, I didn't. Okay, hold on. I gotta go in here really fast. I'll send them right over. I'll be right back. Well, shit. We're not even done with 2K stuff. I got 3. Was there 4? I just saw that somewhere. Okay. Let me go in here and see. Okay, let's go to trial set for 520. Positive. I'm gonna read through her stuff first before I make any stipulations. Oh my gosh. Okay, this one's gonna be hard to read. So this is for John and BRI. To all parties and attorneys of records, you are hereby notified that the above matter has been set for the status and trial conference on 5/20/26. You guys, I have to follow this for another month and a half. With BRI's now? I saw 1 for BRI and 2 for John. I'll go back in and look. Maybe it's just taken a while. Why 520? Oh my god. That's okay. That's okay. Listen, we'll stick it out. But Angie, you didn't understand my question before. I'm just asking if Judge reads this before April. Yes. Okay, number 1. A request for trial setting conference has been filed. At the trial setting conference, the court will inquire of all counsel and parties with respect to the issues, including the case, the need for discovery orders, the time needed for trial, and any other procedural issues. Number 2, the court may issue orders on any of these subjects. Additionally, the court may set the matter for mandatory settlement conference and trial, defer setting these hearings to a later date. Oh, please don't do that to me. April 2nd was never trial. That was scheduled back in January 6th for the RFO. Okay, thank you, Sammy. I think I was just so excited for it to be over. It's okay. Witness list is next. For parties shall participate in an online dispute resolution program available to assist parties in negotiating custody and visitation, a remote tool you can use without having to come to the courthouse. If the parents agree on a plan, we know that won't happen. The ODR program will generate a parenting plan agreement, which is available for the parents to file within court. The program is free. Now, we know that's not going to happen. Bree says she is not going back to Texas, and no way in hell would and should John agree to having W in California for 2 weeks out of the month. Absolutely not. Nope. Okay. This one. And where are these from? Okay. What's this one? The court orders both parties to participate in mediation to discuss custody and visitation of the children. The purpose of mediation is to discuss development, blah, 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 but we already know that. There's a video conference for mediation. If you guys are new over here, I never disclose dates, addresses, times, locations. I like to keep all of that stuff absolutely private. I grasp that these other people post them. This way I don't post the documents either, because I like them to have that privacy. Okay, so that's why I skip over certain stuff, because it's really not our business. Complete the confidential intake form attached and available on the court's website. Submit the online form 10 days before your appointment. Include the contact information. Number 2, view our children first, an online mediation certificate program. Okay, so that's just talking about the mediation they have to do. Family court services, confidential mediation form. Oh, so I don't need to read that, because that's just I'm not going to read all these. These are just the forms that they have to fill out. Okay. So that is that. Here's the witness list. Okay. Ding dang. Okay. Petitioner's witness list for April 2nd. Petitioner's list of witnesses is himself. Petitioner will testify about all issues before the court. Estimated time would be 1 hour. He's also calling BRI. Respondent will testify about all issues. That'll be about 1 hour. You guys, is it the Bear? I think that's what you guys told me, the Bear. The Bexar County Sheriff's Deputy, Officer Garcia, will testify about the 1225 welfare check. Oh my God, you guys, that's fucking huge. Slap the tag on the present, Bree. Slap the tag on the present. You are done. Wrap it up. Just deliver. Oh my God, you're fucked. Anyway, sorry. Got excited. Officer Garcia, we love you. Officer Garcia will testify about the 1225 welfare check or concern regarding the minor child at the incident report he authored regarding this incident. Estimate time will be 30 minutes. And number 4, my BFF in my head, love me some Mama 2K. Jennifer, Miss Kim will testify about the 1225 welfare check and concern and her observations about petitioner's custody with minor child, estimate 20 minutes. Petitioner reserves the right to amend, supplement, and argument this witness list and to call or not call any witness designated herein, or to call any such witness in an order consistent or inconsistent herein, blah, blah. You guys, the fact that that officer is testifying is massive. The judge has no jurisdiction over that police department. She cannot say that you have to come in, nothing, because they don't get paid necessarily. Now, who knows? Texas may still pay, right? They don't get paid to come in and testify because she doesn't have jurisdiction over them. Which means, to this, in my opinion, this is my opinion, this officer is concerned enough about what he saw that he said, I'm going to take time out of my day and I'm going to be there. Yeah, I will be there and I will testify. Now listen, you guys, if he saw nothing, let's think logically for a second. If he saw nothing of no concern, why would he take the time out of his day to go and testify? Right now, granted, it says 30 minutes, right? But that's on on John's side. Bri's side gets a chance to rebuttal him. So who knows how long it'll be, and then he can go back and forth, whatever. Yeah, he'll be able to do it virtually for sure. But it's still the fact that he's taking time out of his day to do it. If he had no concerns at all, he would not. Why would he take time out of his day and do it? He may have to do it. If he's on clock, take time off, or who knows. But shout out to him for doing that. That's chef's kiss. Yeah, Breeze. Okay, let me check one more time. I got Sammy said there's 2 more, so let me check real fast. So, Sammy, I don't know if you were saying that there was 5 total, because I did get 5 total. I wasn't sure if you went, because I got the first 2 that we went over. And then, Box Pro, it's all the new docs for Bree and 2K. Okay, then I got them all. Okay, perfect. Then we're going to go into Bree's. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Everybody take a sip of whatever it is you're sipping on. Take a little snack. No, I won't have a snack because I will never ever eat online because I think it's disgusting. But nonetheless, here you go. You guys can eat. Okay. So this is Bree's response declaration of Respondents Council, RE, lodging and verification of status in parenting classes. I, Lindsay, hereby declare as follows. I am the respondent's attorney in the above entitled action. I offer my declaration in lieu of personal testimony pursuant to blah, blah, blah. I offer this declaration in lieu of my personal testimony pursuant to marriage of, just get his law. We routinely lodge documents by way of notice of lodging pleadings with the documents attached. However, the clerk's office erroneously rejected our notice of lodging documents. You know what's crazy? Every time we've had something come through, they've had issues with their lodging stuff. I think that's so weird. Thank you guys so much. You guys are the best. Due to the above noted issue, I hereby lodge the following documents via my declaration. 1. Verification of Respondent Brie Olson's status in her parenting classes, reflecting an enrollment date of February 19th. Way to wait till the last minute, I guess. I don't know. But nonetheless, congratulations. She enrolled February 19th. Number 2, verification of Santos status in the parenting class he enrolled for. Why is that? Why? Why is that part? Isn't it them that kept saying he's not part of the case? Why do you guys keep bringing him up? He's not part of the case. Why are you telling us that he is not court ordered to enroll into parenting classes? She is. He is not. That's weird. Respondent and Mr. Salazar are nearing completion of their parenting program, have successfully completed 10 of the required 13 classes. The remaining classes are expected to be finished prior to April 2nd. Whoop-de-doo. Exhibit A is a verification of the status in the parenting classes. B is Santos' verification he's enrolled. I find that so odd. Their stuff is always so messy compared to his. This is respondent, evidentiaries, hearing witness list. So she's going to call John Giese, all issues 1 to 2 hours. Brianna Lynn Olsen, all issues 1 to 2 hours. Lisa Martinez, respondent's mom, 15 to 30 minutes. And it says Winter's speech visitation. That's what she's going to speak on. Mind you, this is the same mother that she says never gets to see baby W. She's only seen him twice. What is she gonna verify? The mother's literally seen the kid like twice, I think. And she was the one that was making all the autism jokes and whatnot. That's not going to work for you at all. That's not going to work. And then they have 2 other slots that are reserved for impeachment witnesses. Respondents' evidentiary hearing exhibits. A full Our Family Wizard transcript. B, 1/6/26 court reporters evidentiary hearing certified transcript. So we'll get the transcript, guys. C, 8/25/24 DVRO certified transcript. D, 8/26/25 DVRO trial certificate transcript. We've already seen all of these. All of these are already in there. E, 8/27/25 DVRO trial transcript afternoon session. Again, these have all been submitted every time. F, 1/23/26 W's after visit summary. Progress notes, early childhood intervention referral for speech. G, 1/28/26 W, not going to talk about that. H, W's medical file. I, 3/26/26 TikTok of John's friend Chris Different threatening Brianna's partner Santos. What does that have to do with absolutely anything? Chris is not a part of this case, and neither is Santos. Miss F, you keep stating that over and over. Santos is not a part of this case. So now you're bringing in Chris Different. The judge is going to laugh at this. He has nothing to do with this case. Wait. Sorry, hold on. Okay, yeah, that's I. Which is Chris Different. Okay, I, it says 3/26/25 TikTok of John's friend Chris Different threatening Brianna's partner Santos. But then it skips to M. J, I can see the first line where it says 3/28/25 TikTok of Chris Different yelling. Oh wait, hold on, maybe it's up here. Oh no, here we go. Okay, got it. Okay, 3/28/25 TikTok of Chris Different yelling, he will beat the shit out of Santos. Okay, well, he's not in the case. J 32825 TikTok of I just read that one. Sorry, K 62025 TikTok of Chris Different stated I'm gonna beat the face off that bitch in regards to Santos. Sounds like that's a personal. Santos needs to take up a case with him. L 1025 102025 TikTok of Chris Different swinging a sledgehammer and lip syncing. Tell me you're reaching and you have nothing without tell me you're reaching and you have nothing. Y'all, this is crazy. So far, there's the only thing that she has is her certificate that she has started parenting classes. That's it. None of the rest of this is going to uphold at all. But how do we get that video of Chris swinging a sledgehammer and lip syncing? Just kidding. M 102325 Snapchat showing paternal grandmother smoking near W. Bitch, you had your friends doing it. Anyways, 102725 TikTok of John saying Santos is always getting bitched on the internet and making fun of Santos's weight. I thought Santos wasn't part of the case. Oh, 102925 John and his friend Chris T making fun of Santos's chin injections. He got ass shots in his face. Irrelevant. P111125 TikTok of Chris Difference real estate development journey in Dallas, Texas. What the fuck are we doing right now? Sorry, that shouldn't have came out. Did you have a child with Chris Different? Because I am so confused. And what does Chris Difference real estate development have anything to do with John, your custody, your DVRO, the domestic violence relationship that you're currently in right now, your guys' the pew-pews that you have, the rugs and alcohol? What does any of this have to do with anything? The judge is going to laugh. Save yourself some money, BRI, and walk away. At this point, I don't know what's happening. Q 112525 TikTok live of John stating he feels like filing paperwork. Oh no. Oh shit. Oh my god. Irrelevant. How dare he file paperwork? Hi, Patty. This absolutely is laughable to me. R 112625. Oh, good. We're going back to Chris. TikTok showing Chris Difference comment stating W is not having a good time with BRI and lives with W. He doesn't live with W. And BRI, add this to your list. W never looks like he's having a good time with you. He looks miserable when he's with you. You look miserable when you're with him. And, like, okay. Chris has nothing to do with this case. Anyways, as 11/30/2025, TikTok of John asking his Amazon delivery driver to repeat "fuck Santos." Santos is not a part of the case. 12/9/25 TikTok of John stating Santos wants to be John. He does. And again, Santos is not a part of the case. 12/16/25 TikTok of John making fun of Brianna's pregnancy. No clue. I didn't see it. And again, that child is not a part of the case either. V 12/27/2025 TikTok of John calling Santos' daughter ugly and stupid. That's not what he said. That is absolutely not what he said. That's really, really, really grasping. What he said was, why are you so obsessed with my son? You have a child. What is wrong with your child that you are not as obsessed with her? What's wrong with your child? Is she dumb? Is she still like, what is it? What is the problem that that's what he said. He didn't call and say, your kid is dumb. Your kid is ugly. None of that stuff. That's not what he said. You took it out of context. And even if he did, it's not going to uphold in court. This is not about Santos' child. It's not about Santos. It's not about Chris. Whew. Okay. 110/26 TikTok of Chris Different saying he will beat the the goddamn breaks off Santos, irrelevant, won't hold. 1/16/26, TikTok of John telling Perez Hilton he dated Brianna for clout. Okay, what is the judge going to do with that? I don't care. I'm so confused. 1/20/26, TikTok of John stating he would want to move to Florida with W. Okay, he can do that. He has custody. 2/9/26, TikTok of John and Perez discussing Santos. Again, Santos is not a part of the case. This is crazy. And for those of you guys that are newer here and weren't here when we read the last documents, John brought up a lot of the stuff that Santos was making direct threats to John, and in regards to W and them taking W to Mexico, etc. Those type of things. And each and every time, the same attorney that's writing this, her rebuttal to that was, Santos is not a part of the case. Santos is not a part of the case. That doesn't matter what he says because he's not a part of the case. So it's hilarious to me now that she's realized, the fuck? I can't wait to put my new desk together. That she has absolutely nothing. Now she's reaching because Chris and Santos have nothing to do with the case. Neither does the new baby, the new pregnancy. 2/9. Okay. Sorry. AA 2/9/26. TikTok of John and Perez discussing Santos paying John's legal bills. The same legal bills that Santos kept going on saying that he paid. Okay. BB 2/10/26, TikTok of John stating he makes money off of making fun of Santos on the internet. You do too. I don't know. CC 2/10/26, TikTok of John discussing his views on autism. What? John can't discuss his views on autism, but you and your mother can crack jokes and make fun of your own child, trying to imply and state that he has it? But then John comes on and says his views on autism, which I wasn't in there for the whole thing, so I don't know, but I believe it was something like, you know what? I don't discuss my kid's medical, but if he did have it, I'd love him just the same. I love my son regardless. I don't care what he has. He's fine, but it's something along. Yeah, it was nothing negative. But even if he came out and said the most horrible things about autism, it wouldn't affect it. It has nothing to do with this case. Regardless of what side you guys are, the people are on in this, reading the evidentiary, just the evidence list alone will tell you who has the evidence and who's going to win here. DD 2/14/26, TikTok of Chris Different calling Brianna an escort and a bitch calling Santos a donkey. Again, irrelevant. It doesn't matter. And you were, I don't know. EE 2/16/26, TikTok of John and Chris, wherein Chris Different calls Brianna a dirty ass cougar. Okay. FF 2/17/26, TikTok of Chris Different alleging that Santos or Brianna beat Santos. Well, honey, that's actually not alleged. There is proof of it. There is evidence. There is video proof of it, and you both admit it. But again, Chris is not the daddy. Chris is not part of the case. Chris has nothing to do with any of this. Oh my God. GG 2/18/26, TikTok of John stating that Brianna's intimate area smells of octopus and calamari. Okay. God damn it, man. He would know, not us. I mean, I don't know. Okay, I don't know. Might have been a bad day. I don't know. What does that have to do with the visitation, or with you having custody or visitation of your child? Your child doesn't listen. Anyways, HH22226 TikTok of Chris. They are obsessed with Chris. And John implying that Brianna is a you know. I22326 TikTok of John saying Santos wants to F me more than his girlfriend. He does. He does. We all are. There's 2.3 thousand of us in here. We agree. We can testify to that. He does. Okay. JJ22426 TikTok of John lip syncing about dating a narcissist. John, listen. Come here, buddy. Circle. Crisscross applesauce. Listen here. There, no singing allowed. No singing or lip syncing of any song. Not allowed anymore, John. Okay? Listen, buddy. We're here. Okay? No singing. Singing is not okay. What the fuck? I can't with this. KK22626 TikTok of fucking Chris and John stating they own their vehicles and not U-Hauls. They do. They do. But if you weren't worried, if you don't own a U-Haul, what does that have to do with you? If you weren't rolling around town in the U-Haul, why would that affect you? Why would you assume that was about you? When he said that, when they said that, I didn't take offense to that because I'm not rolling around in a U-Haul. Did y'all take offense to it? Are you guys rolling around in a U-Haul? It should only affect you if there's truth to it. Just saying. LL3426 TikTok of Santos and Chris Different, wherein Chris Different asked for that mother escort, referring to BRI, in the background to stop talking to him. Chris is not a part of the case. Okay? Listen. Lindsay, come here. Love, I know you are grasping at straws. I know you are grasping at straws because you have nothing, and that is very clear because we're almost at the end of your guys' evidentiary list, and you only have one thing yet that is even going to the judge is even going to take, and that's the fact that she's enrolled, not even finished, that she's enrolled in parenting classes. I don't know if you just happen to find Chris different and find the man attractive and you just decide to start watching his page. I don't know, but Chris has nothing to do with this case. Remember, just like Santos doesn't? Remember? Oh my God. MM3626 TikTok of John showing the inside of W's daycare classroom during reading time. Never mind. You can literally see John and a wall. Not a kid, not a sign, not a picture, not a nothing. But yet you fucking dog soul boy. You motherfucker. NN 3726 TikTok of John leaving an audio message implying he wishes Santos would be detained by ICE. Again, Santos has nothing to do with the case. 003726 TikTok of John posting inside W's daycare center. First of all, he can do that. He has full custodial right. You have zero custody of said child, Bree. Zero. You have no custody. What visitation you have, you gave up. Okay? So John can do that. You cannot. John can do that if he chooses to do so. Did you guys hear that? I think a coyote got an animal. Oh, that's the one thing I hate about living out here. Ooh. I'm pretty sure a coyote got probably a cat or something. If you guys are on here enough, you guys will hear the coyotes. They'll be very close to me. They just be howling. We live in a lot of land, and there's just a lot of trees, and the people tore down a whole bunch of acreage right next to us to build this massive mega house. Anyways, that was not a good sound. Okay, sorry. PP. PP, Brianna. Brianna's 2/6/26 ex parte request for order. QQ. John's 2/6/26 ex parte responsive declaration. RR 3/11/26, Brianna's supplemental response of John's demand for production. Document set 1, SS 311, Brianna's index for whatever on SS, okay. Her supplemental response for our two John's demand for production of documents set 1. And that is it. No, I heard the howl first. That didn't. Who knows? I'm gonna hope and pray that was it. That it was a canyon. I don't know, but yeah, case closed. I agree. I mean, there's really not even a lot to even discuss there. The majority of that is laughable. Here you go. Here goes my goddamn iPad telling me to take a damn break again. Not doing it now. I'll stay on for another hour. Fuck you. Tell me what to do. Right, Chris. Yeah, Chris struck a nerve for real. Because that's crazy. You guys have me in the ranked in B4, number 75. You guys are freaking amazing. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, I don't know why she's re-entering all of the transcripts. Well, I'm glad that she's doing the one for January 6th because I don't have that one yet, so I don't got to pay for it. But yeah, redoing all the transcripts, and I guess I just don't understand the purpose of absolutely any of that with all of the. Again, it's legitimately just she is grasping at straws. You have an attorney that is getting paid, and they have to do the best that they can do, right? Let's say it was a criminal case. And the guy has paid their attorney to defend them, and he's already told them, I did it. You still, as a thank you guys for the data memories. You still, as the defense attorney, you have to fight. Thank you, love. You still have to fight for every right for that defendant to try to get them off. That's what she's trying to do at this point. But what I find so crazily funny about it is, thank you, Cara. Oh, thank you, Double. Is that last time her defense was Santos is not on the case, and now she's bringing up Chris. It's like Santos and Chris need to. Thank you, love. Santos and Chris need their own case together. It's crazy to me. Thank you, love. Yeah. I just don't get it. Nothing had anything to do with 2K or. It'll be interesting. Her mom even attending is crazy to me. Now, I don't think John has to, because, again, she has stated in court documents, in court herself, she has stated that her mom, that her mom has only seen the baby a couple of times. So how's she supposed to know how great his speech is? Like, nobody knows. But now that he's in school, he can always grab the teacher and have the teacher talk to. But again, he's not even 2 yet. Does she want him having full conversations? Thank you, love. And not only that, 3 times. Thank you, love. Not only that, kids babble at this age. Does my granddaughter know words? My youngest granddaughter is 1 month and a couple days younger than baby W. Does she know words? Absolutely. Can I understand what she's saying? Absolutely. Can her parents? Absolutely. Sometimes. If you guys were to listen to her, you guys would have no clue as to what the hell she's saying. We just know how she says the words because we're with her every day. And she made that accusation 6 months ago. So he was only 1.5 years. How did you want him talking? Hey, bitch, I don't really like hanging with you. Can you take me back to my dad and my grandma? Because I don't really know who you are. And who was that? Like, I low-key remember you, but who's that lady? You know what I'm saying? Like, how did she expect W to talk? And not that, she's at this point now, he's almost 2. She thinks he still has to be carried everywhere. That's why she can't be around him, because he has to be carried. Like, I'm so confused. Thank you, love. So, anyways, I'll be the judge. Case closed. John wins. He gets it all. No visitation. You're fucked. That's it. Wow. Santos is almost 21 and you can't understand him half the time. Amen, beautifully flawed. You can't understand him, Brie, nothing. I guess I just focus. Got it. Thank you, love. Thank you, love. Yeah, I'll just sign it and just send it all over. Red Rover, send it right over. You guys, if you guys are already following, please make sure you guys follow me, because we do have a good time. I will follow this case all the way through. I do not care what happens after this court case with Baby W, like when they break up and they go through this with their child. I will not be following that case, but I do follow this one. And any other cases you guys want me to, you guys come and ask. So, yeah. I try. Just kind of naturally comes out. Thank you, love. Thank you guys so much for the 1,000 daily heart moves, too. I was so excited when I got 100. You guys are the best. My son had a speech issue, and teachers only understood about 40% more. Classmates, 100. And you guys, speech issues are very, very, very common. That is not a... Shake my head. Oh, shit. Oh. You guys in these shake your head things, they give me a headache. Speech issues are very, very common. That doesn't have anything to do with the parent, either parent, the grandparent, anything. Yeah, ear issues can be a huge reason as to why there's speech issues and coordination issues. There could be a lot of things. It could just be, thank you, love. Some kids are late bloomers. It's just not a big deal at all. So they still have court April 2nd, and then the trial is now May something. JP, I am too, in a sense. She says, I'm still so shocked at how diabolical Bree's court docs are. They're even worse than last time. I low-key am too, but then the other time I'm like, I'm not, because really, what does she have? She has nothing to pull against them. Yes, I will stay up tonight. Listen, last night's took like almost 4 hours. I stayed up to, oh, hold on. Thank you, love. I stayed up almost after 2 o'clock, making sure it was uploaded on YT tonight. So I will do the same today. So it'll be on there tonight. Can John put Santos on the stand? He could if he wanted to. There's really no point. Of course, love. Thank you. And it's March. That's when Washington gets our snow. Listen, we had our snow day the other day. Loved it. That's right. I took you guys out in to see the snow, didn't I? We had a beautiful snow day. Let me see. Let me see of what I have of the trailer park. Look at, isn't this so beautiful? Look at this. So pretty. Yeah, absolutely love it. I love this tree too. This is a huge Japanese leaf maple tree. It's so pretty, but you know the branches are like red, so the snow makes it look like pink. It was so pretty. Anyways, we get snow for a day. That was it. Case, thank you so much, love. You got 19 inches of snow this weekend. Oh my god. Oh, hold on. So Angie, can you explain what April 2nd is for again? Yeah, so April 2nd is going to be for the DVRO. They're going to go over that. Bree's asking for the DVRO to be dismissed and for her to be able to have 50-50 custody of W in LA. And 2K is asking for a 5-year extension on the DVRO. Yes. Taylor about to, yes. Oh wait, what did the lawyer say? Oh my God, 93 in Arizona. Oh, absolutely not. Nope. Absolutely not. That's why I hate Arizona. Wait, I'm trying to see what yeah, I hate the heat. I missed. I couldn't see what I couldn't find the comments, so I don't know what that was about, but I think it's from his live. Wait, I'm so confused what you guys are talking about. Jamal, yeah, I'll do another one before I get off. He's doing okay. He's, I found out today that his tubes that are in his nose, those have to stay there for 2 weeks. And that's so that that the tissue or whatever doesn't heal up. For those of you guys are wondering, if you guys are newer here, my son just had brain surgery on Thursday. And so his vision is still messed up. It's Jasmine. His vision is still messed up, and I'm sure, sister, I'm sure that is causing a lot of his pain. Obviously, okay. Obviously, the surgery is causing him a lot of pain, right? But hold on. Bree should just walk away now. Wash her hands and let toothpaste. I think went 2K. Yeah, that's what I've said, Sherry, a million times. It's just at this point, just walk away. She should have a long time ago. But I agree. Anyways, I think a lot of, obviously his surgery pain is the pain that he's having. Thank you, sister. But he also has double and triple vision. And so imagine seeing everything and you're trying to focus to actually see anything. I think that's causing a lot of his headaches too. So he's just been in a lot of pain, and he's frustrated. He doesn't like to not working, and he doesn't like to not feel good, and he's just so okay. So sincerely, Sam. So when I went in, when me and Jasmine went in, when he came out of recovery, now he would look at Jasmine and he'd be fine. He'd look at me, he's like, "Fuck, I can't stand it. I'm seeing like 3 of you." I'm like, "Well, damn, Sam. Maybe I only see 3 of me. Shit." But I asked about that. I said, "Can you patch one eye, like to give it time to heal?" So the nurse agreed. They agreed to increase the pain medication. They agreed to the patch. Well, the next day his surgeon came in and said, "No, you can't have the patch on because your eye has to learn to refocus." That is also when we found out during the surgery that they nicked his eye. That's the word they use. We nicked your eye during the surgery because his tumor was resting in between his eyeball and his brain. A nick could be a million things to anybody, but your eye is so sensitive. Now he has to wait 2 weeks to see the eye doctor. I know that they have a certain name, but he has to see 2 weeks to see an eye doctor to figure out, is that going to heal up? Is that going to affect him? And again, he works in construction. His eyesight is absolutely so important to him, right? Optometrist. Thank you. I knew there was a name for it. Trying to keep a name of all the doctors. So it's been, Case, thank you so much, love. It has been, it's not even been a week. It feels like it's been a month. It's been a lot. They knocked my colon during my hysterectomy. Oh my God, Pup Mom, that's crazy. They should have him see the That's what I thought, Stacey. I was trying to figure out. First of all, I was pissed when Jamal told me. I was pissed. I was like, why didn't they tell me? The surgeon called me when they got done with the surgery. He called and told me. I have the list. I wrote down everything, right? They got the full tumor. The tumor was bigger. It was stuck between the eye socket and the brain. They had to remove part of his eye socket in order to get it out. They got all the fluid out. There was no brain fluid in there. I'm just writing. You know what I'm saying? Just writing everything down. He never said he nicked his eye. Yeah, Jasmine had, when she was like 2, she was playing at the playground and a piece of beauty bark got stuck on the underside of her eyelid. By the time I got to the daycare to pick her up, because they didn't tell me, that beauty bark had already almost came all the way through the outside of her eyelid, but she'd been blinking all day, so her eye was scratched. And she had vision issues for years from that. So again, what does the nick mean? Is it a scrape? Is it a poke? Was it with a scalpel? Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. So he needs to see the optometrist. I know he did see one in the hospital because I remember him talking about his eyes being dilated. Jasmine, do you remember what they said? Because you were there with him then, I think, right? Do you remember what they said in the hospital when he got his eyes dilated and they looked at it? Yeah, I don't know. Hey, Grams. They didn't. I don't know because, again, I wasn't in there when they told me. I'm assuming the backside because they were on the inside. So I would assume it would be the back part, but I don't know. Hello, love bug. How are you? Oh, here we go. There's my love bug. Thank you, love. Hey, Jasmine.
Hi. So he basically admitted it without admitting it because the lawsuit, obviously.
Right.
But they didn't really explain too much. But they dilated his eyes to make sure that nothing major happened. So girl, go. Where's your diaper?
Hi, Mira. Thank you, love. My grandparents.
But they said they wanted to make sure that he's not looking like a chameleon, but basically, so his eyes aren't going both ways or opposite ways.
Yeah.
Time to go to bed. I don't know why you're up.
Yeah, she is beautiful. I got beautiful kids and grandkids. I'm very fortunate. Yeah, it's just crazy. I just know he's frustrated with his vision. I don't know how long it's going to take for it to go back to normal. I don't know. So we just keep praying for him, and the important thing with Jamal is keeping him down. Because the minute this is Jamal, even though the doctors say he has to be off work for 2 months, the minute he does not have pain and the minute he can see right, he's going to try to go back to work. So that's the keeping him down part. So I think that's gonna be the whole part. Yeah, has this swelling? He hasn't sent me any new pictures. Is his eye swelling gone down now or?
Just a little bit. It's not going up. It's
not going up.
I mean, he's getting better.
Good.
He's not seeing double as much anymore, unless he's like trying to focus on a movie.
Okay, that's good. So when I talked to him today, yeah, no, I think it was the eye. Like I said, I wasn't in there for it, and I was pissed that he didn't tell me when he was talking to me after the surgery. But listen, we'll just keep going. Because I was talking to him today, he said he was just kind of frustrated with, but I think he was trying to focus at the time. So, yeah, and then it keeps him down. He can't drive, right? At least his ass better not be driving because he's seeing 18 everything, so. A mess. Were you listening to that bullshit of paperwork that BRI turned in?
Yes.
What in the hell? just sign your rights over. Like, just ask to get yearly pictures or something. I don't know. It's crazy.
I don't understand anything she does or why she does it. Makes no sense.
They can't patch either eye. The doctor did say it was really important to not wear a patch so that both eyes learn to come back. Because we knew that there was going to be trauma. Well, once we found out that the tumor was jabbed in between the eye and his brain, we knew then there was going to be some trauma to the eye from just the surgery itself. But the doctor, because like I said, we did have him patched at the beginning. The doctor said, no, you need both eyes to learn to focus and not looking like Itai, okay? Have my son out here looking like Itai, to watch everything.
No, thank you.
Oh my God. The smell, I can't. And how are they supposed to verify that? I don't know. Yeah, the whole thing is crazy. But listen, we appreciate you guys absolutely so much. I know Jamal and Jasmine say it all the time. They're so thankful and appreciative for you guys. The amount of help that you guys have provided to them has been absolutely, absolutely amazing. So we thank you guys so much.
Yes.
No, I don't think they did a CT after surgery. I know he goes in like a week and a half, and he sees his brain doctor and the optometrist the same day. And we have to go all the way back out there, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, Stacy. That is good to know. No, at this point the tumor was, well, we don't have the biopsy back. They did not believe that the tumor was cancerous. They said that before that they even did the surgery. The reason why we had a hard time finding someone to do the surgery is because of where the tumor was. It was attached to the skull, and it was in just such an odd place. But they did send the tumor and all of the fluid off, because remember when I showed you guys the CT scan, the whole left side of his brain was filled with fluid of some sort. So they did, he verified that there was no brain fluid in there, which is huge. That was the best news. But they will send that off to be biopsied. Oh, his breathing. Oh, through his nose. He can't breathe it all through his nose right now because he still has the tubes in his nose. So yeah, he can't breathe it all through them. He breathes through his mouth, but once he has the draining tubes out, he'll be fine. So, all right, guys, I don't know where AA has been. I know, probably actually like doing law shit, like fighting her cases and stuff. But we need her coming back. So, okay, guys, well, I'm going to wrap this up because it takes hours to get this done. Plus, I made a chicken pot pie. So, did you guys make yours, Jasmine? If not,
no, I put it in the freezer.
Okay, good. As long as it's in the freezer. I had to do mine tonight, so I'm gonna go up and get some so I can eat because I'm starving. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me tonight. I will get this uploaded onto the YT tonight. I promise. Thank you guys for hanging out. All right, Jasmine. Are the girls still right there?
Oh no, I sent them to the room.
Okay, I was gonna tell them good night, but that's okay. I'll talk to them tomorrow. All right, guys. Well, I love you guys so much. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the 1,000 daily heart me's, 679 tappity taps. I love you guys so much. Have a good night. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Let me decline your ass first. All right, bye, guys. Have a good night. Bye, Jazz.
Bye.